Lord, Lord, Lord. We shall see. Okay. Greetings, everyone. This is Cassandra Floyd, also known as the Daughter of the Fates, founder of the Temple of Evolutionary Emergence. Back at y'all ass finally. You understand? And there is so much to discuss. Oh, so much. So much. Which is why I haven't been up on here for about 2 weeks because, baby, so much. And I am, it's been a very humbling 2 weeks. Greetings, Solitaire Wisdom. It's been a very humbling couple of weeks. It's just been a lot. It's been a lot. It's been a lot personally. It's been a lot locally. It's been a lot globally. And sometimes we just have to check the fuck out the process. It's really what has to happen. Let me grab. Where's this book? Let me grab this book really quick. Hey, cut it out. Now you're doing too much. That's your life. Yeah, so it's been a lot. It's good to see you back. I was getting a little concerned. I've been getting them emails all week, and y'all know me. I try to be up on here very regularly, but this period, I was not returning emails. I was not returning phone calls. I really needed the all the way checkout. I just needed I'm so happy to see all of you. I really am. Java Watson, T, Aaron Pfeiffer, Tajali. I really needed to check out because it's been a lot, yo. And honestly, I'll be honest. I scheduled this thing early in the day, and I was like, yeah, it'll give me so much time to really be purposeful and deliberate about what I'm going to talk to my peoples about. You feel me? Where to start, what to say, how to dig into the plethora of madness that has unfolded over the last couple of weeks. And I think I told you guys when the season started, when I did, which I should probably do within the next few weeks, when I told you guys when the season started and I did the 5 elements workshop on the fire season, which is what we're in, the season of the heart, the summer season, and how we have to be really mindful of how we eat and how we care for ourselves, because the heat in the heart season can predispose us to bouts of psychoses, bouts of mania, bouts of what we call shin disturbance, psychological issues and disharmonies, right? And baby, when I tell you, let me just open up in a good way. The global conspiracy. I, Cassandra Faye Floyd, as a peculiar expression of the almighty and divine she, am joining in breath with my family to conspire on behalf of the whole made well. We are breathing these words together to ensure that our home, her body, is restored to her original perfect glory, a glory that is perfect in peace, love, bliss, happiness, and ecstasy. This world exists because we will it so. We collectively will it so. We are We are the representatives of the mother's reign on earth. This beautiful conspiracy is spoken as one cosmic earthly orchestra to guarantee heaven on earth. With the power of with the power of our mothers, we welcome the glorious future into the now. It is as we say, Mommy and I are one. I really am going to ask y'all to hold me accountable. I really want to start opening every live with this acknowledgement of our mother, with this acknowledgement of our mother's reign in the period, with this global conspiracy that will remain a constant reminder that no matter how wild, no matter how insane, no matter how mad the outside world appears, that these are the death throes of our goddamn enemy, baby. These are the last gasping breaths of a mortally wounded fucking beast. And that as long as we keep her present, as long as we keep her in the center, all will be made well. All will be made well. You understand? Because this week had the power to subdue me, yo. It had the power to do me. It really did. It had the power, and it felt like entities around me were consciously working to make it so. It really did. It really did. And then I had to get my black naked ass outside in some fucking wild ass water in the wild ass desert, eat some motherfucking mushrooms to get my goddamn mind right, because everybody around me was attempting to subdue, was attempting to work me. You feel me? And I was like, you know what? Not to motherfucking day. Not to motherfucking day. As a matter of fact, not motherfucking ever. How about that? How about that? I came to so many conclusions. I had so many epiphanies this week, child. So I'm just gonna start, and we just gonna work it out. We just gonna work it out. So not yesterday, a week ago, yesterday, right? Was it yesterday? Did I get home yesterday? What's today? Is today Tuesday or when? Today is Monday or Tuesday? Shit, I don't even know what day. Is today Monday or Tuesday? Wait, y'all really be going through some changes as soon. Y'all be chill, and then all of a sudden y'all got to make all the noise. Trifling. They got an attitude with me right now because I've been gone for a few days. So they just want to make sure I know they got a problem. Okay, today is Monday. All right. So I got back yesterday. So a week ago, Monday, a week ago today. I'm sure most of you have heard by now, if you have any relationship, hey, cut it out. Not doing too much. If y'all, I'm trying to be serious, and y'all are my damn cats. They being bad. Don't be bigging them up. They being bad. Okay? And they been super chill all day. As soon as I open my mouth to do something serious, they want to cut the whole ass clown. Like, I done fed these niggas. You feel me? I done cleaned up their shitty box, and now they want to cut the fuck up. Trifling. Anyway. So, if you have any relationship, those of you who are Black, those of you who are, of any African descent, and are in any way conscious or any way like tied to African tradition, ATRs, African traditional religions, then you probably now know, and that's why I haven't said anything for the last week. You probably know now or have heard that the king of Oyotunji African village was killed last Monday in the village. I won't go into the details of his transition, but it is severely tragic. He was killed by a family member in what I'm told was a very minuscule conflict, and the result of that conflict was that he was murdered by his sister last Monday. I got the call last Monday. And For those of you who've been following my channel at any given amount of time, you know that I spent about 6 months in Oyotunji African Village. I had been a 15-year devotee of Ifa, with my lineage coming through Oyotunji African Village. The half sister, the stepsister of the stepbrother of my godmother was the king. And that's how I came into Ifa. And I knew him well. I knew him as well as anybody could know a person living with them for 6 months. And we were close in age. We were the only two in the village that were close in age. Everybody else were elders in the village when I lived there. So I didn't. No, it was not last week. It was the week before, because I was subdued for a week. I didn't do shit. I didn't do shit. I didn't go anywhere. I didn't answer any calls or emails. I didn't do anything. And then last Saturday, not this past Saturday, a week from Saturday, I was in a car accident. And so so that did me too. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was not necessarily hurt in the accident, but the circumstances were not optimal. It was a hit and run, and I only have liability on my car. So the damage done to my car, my insurance will not cover. So that oddly enough, it didn't send me in. Not oddly enough, this is the evidence of evolution. Because a couple of years ago, that would have sent me into a tailspin. It would have. I would have been, because my car, I love my car. My car is like my baby. I told y'all my car's name is Sovereignty. That's my boo. You feel me? We'd have made several road trips across this country together. That's my boo. And so the passenger side of the car is severely damaged, and it ended up, the way the car was hit ended up like fucking up the bushings and the axle and all kind of shit. You feel me? And I was like, I can't even put no mental energy into it right now. So I'll just leave it. I'll just say that something is happening these last 2 weeks that I just need to be mindful of. Like the thing with the Oba, that's still like, it's so surreal, and his funeral hasn't happened yet. And and the chiefs and the priests around the tradition around the globe are, I guess I haven't gotten any word through my Elay yet, like how they're handling it, when the funeral arrangements are. But that shit is not. It's big what has happened in the village. It's not a small thing. It's enormous, and I can't even begin to speculate about what the impact of not only the death of an Oba, the death of a king, but like a violent death this way, and what the tradition has to say about people who transition violently. It's just a lot, and everybody is talking about it in the community. Everybody's got an opinion, and it's just tragic. It's tragic. The man had many kids, you know what I'm saying? And he was young. He was 47 years old. He was young. And and already, as somebody sent me from Ghana today, a video by this Nigerian priest, if you will, who opened up the video by saying, he wanted to send, condolences to the family of the Oba, but then he proceeds to do an hour-long video condemning the Oba, condemning Oyotunji African Village, and so on and so forth. And I feel like, while people may have, it's so gross when this shit happens, while people may have legitimate concerns, people may even have legitimate beefs or gripes that they would have liked to have raised, to wait until someone has transitioned, to wait until someone has transitioned in a way, nobody is ever prepared for a person to die. someone that they love to die. Nobody. I don't care how much preparing you do, even when you know that a loved one is slipping away, even when your family is preparing for someone who is terminally ill. There is no way to really adequately prepare for the shock wave that is sent through the fabric of a family and a community when someone transitions. To add to that, for this man to have transitioned the way that he did, to be violently killed by someone who was sick. His sister was sick. She was mentally ill. She was diagnosed schizophrenic. For him to die that way, for him to die in the village that way, I am in California, and I know how subdued I was when I got the message. I walked around here for a week in a total blur, literally feeling like I was living in an alternate dimension, y'all. I'm telling you, this shit is so surreal. Even now talking about it, it's like one of those things that feels like, okay, am I really saying this, or is this a dream that I'm having? And so it's really gross. It's really obnoxious. I didn't watch the whole video, but it was sent to me from Ghana this morning. And this guy is going in for an hour about the history of Oyotunji African village and these fake kings and these fake chiefs and all. Just, it was vile. It was vile. It was vile. And I think it's repugnant that this African has not even had his funeral rites yet. His family has not even begun the grieving process, for people to circle around like fucking vultures, as if the world is not in a state where we should be showing compassion wherever we can. That shit was that shit was wretched that I saw this morning. And I, having lived in the Oyotunji African village, I done told y'all several times, I could write a whole thick ass book on the occurrences and happenings in the 6 months that I lived in Oyotunji African village. I could write a whole book. And even still, I would not have the lack of fucking empathy and compassion that this nigga had to get up on this damn thing and do an out. I'm sorry about y'all loss. That's how he started. I'm sorry about y'all loss. But let me tell you about these bum ass niggas and this bum ass shit, these fake ass priests and these fake. Essentially, that's what he did. He spent a whole hour talking about practitioners of Ifa tradition in the United States adhering to fake ass priests and fake ass villages and all of this shit. It was gross. It was gross. So that had me. Honestly, the car accident wasn't even something that had the impact on me that I thought it would. This stuff that happened. Right around the same time, it was so much that happened in that 1 week. I had to, a few days before I got the news about the transition to Obai, I had committed to do some healing work for this nonprofit that does, I'm moving through a lot. So I volunteered to do some healing work for this nonprofit that centers around providing free healing work to women who have transitioned out of the prison system, women who are recently free from incarceration. Listen, I was married to a 7-time felon. You understand? And when I had been doing prison work with the party for several years, but it was that kind of prison work is still not intimate. You know what I'm saying? It is, writing to inmates and, making sure we create the resources, because we used to provide subscriptions to our newspaper, the Burning Spear newspaper, to inmates. And so I was over that process, making sure the inmates got their Burning Spear. And, I had interviewed Dr. Matulu Shakur for the radio show. So it was still very distant. And it wasn't until I got married to an ex-con, and it wasn't until that brother moved into the house with me and his children, he and his children moved in with me and my daughter. And I, despite what he said out of his mouth, and I lived up close and personal with the contradictions that remain unaddressed about people victimized by the prison system. My ex partner, my ex husband, was brilliant. It was why I fell in love with him. It is the quintessential weakness that I have. I love brilliance. I love very sharp, politically smart, intellectual men. It's always been my fucking burden. You feel me? I'm a sucker for a brain. And it didn't hurt that he was good looking, but that was not why I fell in love with him. His brain was magnificent. And so I thought that was enough. And it wasn't until we lived together that I really started thinking differently about what happens to people who've been incarcerated and what has to happen upon release. Because as smart as he was, as well read as he was, as big hearted as he was for the movement when I met him, to be dehumanized in the prison system, baby, is to permanently change a human to something else. It is. And I have not seen yet. That does not mean that they don't exist, but I have not seen yet a political organization that has a deep, profoundly thorough process to reintegrate humans who have been victimized by the incarceration system. I have not. I have not. Yes, employ them. Okay, cool. Yes, get them adequate health care. Yes, help them, find a place to live, a decent place to live. Okay, fine. Help them if they are addicted to substance upon, coming out of the prison. Okay, yes. That ain't even close to enough. It is not even, it doesn't even scratch the motherfucking surface. I put my hands on these young women, young. These women were baby. They were young on that week. And then I was invited to stay and have dinner with them. So this nonprofit put up 7 women for a 4-day weekend retreat where me and several other therapists would come and do different types of healing work with them. And so the night that I was there, they invited me to stay for dinner. And these sisters just had question after question after question. And it was always around their health. But they're telling me the kind of shit that they endured. Women. One girl was 17 years old when she was put in prison for life for a murder that after she was incarcerated for 12 years, she was exonerated for and released from prison. 12, this baby went into prison when she was 17. Another girl got out. She didn't tell me how she got out, but she too was sentenced to life in prison for a murder she too says she did not commit. She was incarcerated at the age of 16. She served, she was 33 when I met her, and pregnant at the time that I met her. And she's talking about her health issues. She's talking about what they had to do to sustain themselves in prison. She was talking about how so many women come out of prison, so many girls they know that get out of prison and are dead 2 months later, dead 3 months later. How many women she had cancer. 3 girls she knew had cancer in prison. About how the guards would shut off the water for days. So if the girls didn't go and fill up their trash cans with fucking water, that they would die of thirst because they knew that once the guards shut the fucking water off, they weren't going to have water for days. Child, they went in for 3 hours telling me the myriad of ways that they suffered. Shit. And Ajamu used to tell me stories when he was locked up, because Ajamu was in prison the first 2 years of our marriage. And he used to tell me the kind of shit that he had to endure while he was locked up. That shit that African man told me on the phone, on the regular, about what he experienced being incarcerated in Pennsylvania pales in comparison to what these babies told me last week. These babies. Their life was stolen from them. They went in when they were babies. Some of the stories these young women told me, this shit is a crime against humanity. This shit is a crime against humanity. One girl was saying that she just heard 2 weeks ago that a dear friend of hers died of heat exhaustion in the fucking prison. That the prisons that they were in did not have air conditioning. And to, quote, circulate the stagnant air in the middle of a goddamn California summer in the desert, these pigs would turn the heater on to, quote, move the stagnant air in the middle of the fucking summer. And this girl, 20-some years old, died of heat exhaustion just a couple weeks ago in the fucking prison here. Some of the stories these girls told me, y'all. And then to maintain their innocence from 16 and 17 until they were released at 29 and 33, and they still having to fight legal battles to get some kind of restitution for being wrongfully incarcerated for their whole youth. I was like, after I did those treatments, and I still, like I said, I'm pretty good about covering myself when I go into session with people. But that shit, man, that shit undid me. It undid me. I was in San Pedro, so I went down to the Korean Friendship Bell, which is right at the peak, at the tip of the peninsula, where it's surrounded on all sides. But I had to lay in the grass and let the wind purify me. I just sat there and wept, y'all. I was like, this shit, child, this shit. Then I went to do for another nonprofit. I went to, and I volunteered with them many, many times, because their project is centered around developing programs, arts programs for at-risk youth, Native, Mexican, and Black at-risk youth kids. So all the kids are people of color, you feel me? And then the sister uses different aspects of the arts to give kids skills that they can immediately go and start earning money with. So every time I've done workshops with them, that was the same organization I told you I taught the kids how to make their magic wands. Well, this time I taught them how to make the bracelets that I make, right? So everybody made their own bracelet. That was awesome. That was really good. It was really a lot. That's a lot of energy. It was what, 32 fucking kids. It was a lot. I had to sleep for a long time. It took a lot. Y'all don't understand, man. Like, maybe you do. Maybe you do. But this kind of work, the energy exchange, the energy that is required. I did that jewelry workshop and I slept for 6 hours afterwards. I'm not joking. I was like, oh, it was so much fun. It was so much fun. And went home and passed out in a hard coma. Like, what the fuck is wrong with me? Why am I so exhausted? All I did was teach a 2-hour workshop. Like, why I'm so tired? Because I have a lot of energy to give. And there are a lot of people out there who are deficient in positivity. They are deficient in optimism and hope. Their social circumstances make them deficient in joy. And so because I'm a clown. Y'all know already, I'm a clown. I'm a goof. I like to crack jokes. I like to turn up. So I went there with that energy. You feel me? I'm about to be dealing with 32, teenage kids who gonna think I'm lame and I'm whack until I say something funny or I play some dope music. You feel me? And so I always go into them spaces looking to project what I think is a certain future. I do that all the time, everywhere. I am aware of what makes people sick in this society. And no matter how that sickness presents itself, the origin is the same. And so I go into the space and I'm flamboyant and I'm like, speaking to my little colloquialisms. And some of the kids were so hardcore, they wasn't even trying to smile. They wasn't even trying to be nice. I'm like, hey, I ain't letting you go. Listen, do you know that little workshop, because I ate the cost. I ate the cost for that workshop. For me to eat the cost for that workshop, baby, cost me $1,200. It was $1,200 worth of supplies. I contributed to that workshop. $1,200 worth of supplies, my own supplies. Hours and scores of hours, as a matter of fact, of work going into making. So these beads, I make every single solitary bead. I make every bead. And so I made sure that in order to have enough beads for all the kids, I made all the beads of all the things that might somewhat be passably cool for kids. You feel me? I did some Bob Marley beads. I did some red, black, and green flag beads. I did a bunch of stuff. You feel me? And took literal Ziploc bags full of beads that they could choose from. $1,200 worth of supplies. Because I wanted to. I was excited about teaching the workshop. I love teaching, But that's energy. Those beads didn't make themselves. That was I'm telling you, scores of hours that went into making those beads. On top of the teaching of the workshop itself. And so all that work that I put into that shit, you ain't gonna sit here and me mug me, child, like I'm the one that pissed in your cornflakes this morning. You gonna laugh, you gonna smile, you gonna loosen up while the fuck I'm in here. Now you can go home and get your mama motherfucking attitude, but I ain't the one. You feel me? And just like I always do, eventually them hard necks, them little hard ass roughnecks ended up smiling, ended up taking the picture, ended up showing off their bracelet to the program director. Yeah, y'all ain't gonna be up in here no attitude with me, bitch. And I just contributed fucking 30 hours worth of labor and $1,200 worth of funds to teach y'all how to make a bracelet, so y'all can come up on y'all own. Y'all can learn how to do the shit on your own and make yourself some money, make yourself get yourself a little high school hustle. So that happened. This is all within the last 2 weeks, y'all. This is all within the last 2 weeks. And then yesterday, which was Sunday, I got back. So last Wednesday, I left to help a friend. She every year, this week of this year, she hosts an ayahuasca retreat. And I know how she get, because I know how it is to organize an event of any magnitude. You get stressed out, you get overwhelmed, you start snapping at people, your life fall to shit until the event is over. I get it. So I was like, I'm coming anyway. So I will help. I will take on helping with the food. That way, that's at least one big stress that you don't have to worry about. That way you're not snapping at people. You can stay zen, because she's one of the facilitators for the ayahuasca. And I told her this 12 days before the ayahuasca ceremony. And for that 12 days, that girl, from the day that I made the commitment to take on organizing the food, for that 12 days, that girl called my phone, and her partner, because they was going through their little changes. That girl and her partner, to whom I'm both friends with, I knew her partner years before I knew her, called my phone every single solitary day, every single day leading up to the retreat. Every day, what I had to say was the same. We all get neurotic and stressed out and imagine the worst case scenario 2 weeks before our event. Everything gets on our nerves. We are triggered by everything. Everything seems bigger than it actually is those 2 weeks before our event. Whatever complications you two are having, whatever conflict you two are having, if y'all are still going to have this ayahuasca retreat where y'all are going to be facilitating for others, table your shit. Table it. Wait until at least 2 weeks. I say 2 weeks, but minimally a week after the event is over to even discuss what is upsetting y'all right now. Table it. It'll be, if it's still that important, it'll be there when y'all get back. Table the discussion until minimally a week after you get back, but ideally give yourself 2 weeks. You done took ayahuasca, you done organized this big event. It takes 14 days just to recover from organizing an event, much less an event where you're taking psychedelic medicine. Wait 2 weeks before you have this discussion. If it's as urgent as you think it is right now, then you can make a decision about your life. Incessantly, that's what I was telling them. Do not talk to each other if it's not necessary. Text, because he was out of the country. I'm like, how the fuck y'all arguing? And he in motherfucking Greece. Why y'all arguing? What the fuck what do y'all need to argue? You was the one saying you needed the 10 days he was going to be in Greece to get into, to finish your dieta and to get into ceremony. But you've been on this nigga dick since he left. Since the day he went to the airport, y'all been arguing. For what? About what? About what? When you said this 10 days is going to be great, but you didn't take the 10 days and you didn't let him have the 10 days. And so going into ceremony, I went with this girl. I rode with her. I did the shop for the thing. We rode on Wednesday so we could be there a day before everybody else to do any crisis managing, any troubleshooting, get the place set up so that when people came, they came in smooth. Everybody came in on Wednesday and they did their first round of, I was not doing medicine. I already knew, just because of the car accident and the Oba being murdered, I was not ready to do no deep dive with ayahuasca with that shit on my spirit. But then with them harassing my phone for them damn near 2 weeks before the event, and I knew what state of mind they were going into ceremony with. I knew how they were going. I was like, no, y'all ain't leading shit for me. I will help with the food. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to stay at this beautiful place, this beautiful retreat center in the middle of desert hot springs. You feel me? I'm gonna bathe in these hot springs, bathe in the pond. You feel me? But to be doing medicine, and I know what just happened 2 weeks before this event, y'all can't leave shit for me. You feel me? So they go into medicine every day. They're but like low key, trying to keep it low key, that they're having these little squabbles all through the thing. The dude who is my ace, he can be a male. You feel me? But this is my boy. Friday, we had it out. I was so angry Friday that I was going to get myself on the motherfucking bus and leave. As a matter of fact, I told them both, I said, I'm the fuck out of here. I'm going to round my shit up. And I was camping. That's the other thing. So let me tell you what had happened. I stayed on Wednesday night in the room because nobody was there yet. But I brought my tent. I was like, it's been a year since I pitched my tent anywhere. Let's go. You feel me? Pitched my tent. And it's never been this hot in California. There was 110 degrees at night in the desert. I'm laying in my tent, butt naked and sweating bucket. The dude that owns the place got an extension cord and one of them power fans, the big industrial fans, put it outside by my tent because the air wasn't even moving. He put the fan outside my tent so it could circulate air, and all it was circulating was hot ass air. It was diabolical. I was like, I can't do it. So Thursday night, I went into the main house and slept on the couch. I was like, I can't sleep outside. I wanted to camp, but I couldn't. Child, I got up the next morning and his motherfucking dogs had trashed my brand new bougie ass tent that I bought for my birthday. These motherfuckers tore into my tent like they was tap dancing on the shit. I was so mad. These motherfucking dogs, child, trashed my tent. That should have been the fucking red sign that, bitch, you ain't got no business being here. This was on Thursday. You ain't got no business being here. Because even leading up to the day that we were leaving, I was like, something kept telling me, change your mind. Don't go. They'll be all right. They got enough food. There's enough people. They'll be all right. They can fend for themselves. I was like, nah, I done made the commitment. Let me go ahead. You feel, girl, every single day, Spirit was like, so you gonna leave yet? So you gonna leave yet? So you gonna leave yet? Me being the gotta hold dear to my word and persevere to the end type of shit, because these my homies and I made the commitment. Spirit's like, bitch, take your ass home. Your cats is mad at you. You go snuggle with your cats. Because Friday came, I got up at 6 o'clock in the morning to prep for breakfast. Now this ain't for a handful of motherfuckers. It was 38 on, depending upon the day, 38 to 52 motherfucking people there. So I get up to prep at 6 o'clock in the morning to prep breakfast, to prep the whole thing. You feel me? Make sure everybody can eat, because there's some people doing the ayahuasca diet. They can't eat certain shit. By the time I finished, quote, everything that had to do with breakfast, it was time for me to cook lunch. You feel me? And her dude gonna come in. My homeboy gonna come in. And all day, even despite the fact that motherfucking mutts trashed my shit, I was in a good mood. The music was good. Everybody was really happy and excited to be there. This motherfucker gonna come in, and the content of the argument is irrelevant. At the juncture that I said, I do not want to have this conversation with you. I don't want to talk about this anymore. That, just like that, I wasn't raging. I wasn't going off. I said, I don't want to talk to you about this. I don't want to have this conversation. And he kept pushing. And I kept saying, Phoenix, I don't want to have this conversation. I said, stop. I said, leave it the fuck alone. I said, stop it. 3 times. And he kept pushing. But he thinks that because he's smiling when he's saying some fucked up shit, that somehow it's less fucked up. So finally, I left. Oh, that wasn't the last straw. The last straw was when I thought we were done, when he finally shut his fucking mouth. His homeboy, not 2 minutes later, came into the kitchen. He was like, hey, I was wondering if you could settle a debate with us. And brought it right the fuck back up again. I dropped everything and left the fucking kitchen. And I was so fucking angry. I got right on the phone. I was like, I'm about to buy a bus ticket. You feel me? I'm about to take my ass home. I'm about to take my ass the fuck home because I don't need this shit. First of all, bitch, y'all ain't paying me. I'm not making any money being here. Okay? Everybody making money but me. I'm not making any money being here. I call myself doing this shit off the string because y'all the homies. And you gonna come in here and ride my motherfucking last nerve? Good. I'm going the fuck home. Right? And so I talked to his girl about it. I was like, look, I'm about to go get a bus ticket. I said, because I don't need this shit. I don't need this shit. I'm not benefiting in any way. I'm not doing the medicine. I'm not benefiting in any way. I can't even camp because it's 1,000 degrees at fucking 4 o'clock in the morning. The goddamn dogs done trashed my shit. You feel? I'm just going home. I'm going home. Y'all got it. Y'all know what the menu is. Y'all got it. Ain't rocket science. Y'all got it. She's like, don't go. So I said, if I don't go, I got to go talk to this nigga because that shit is unacceptable. So I went into his room. I was like, look, I said, I told him what it was. And he was like, well, I just thought we were having a conversation as two intellectuals. I said, no, the fuck you didn't. I said, no, the fuck you didn't think we was having no conversation as no two intellectuals. Because at the juncture that this intellectual say, bitch, I don't want to have the conversation no more. You have fucking trampled over a boundary that I have set for myself. You understand? I said, and the second thing is I don't need a fucking education from you, bitch. There ain't shit. I told him there ain't shit you can teach me. Not nothing. And if there's something that I need to know, I will go to somebody else before I would come to you looking for the goddamn answer for it. He was like, it's like that. I said, it's straight like that. I said, who the fuck do you think you are? You can't talk to me that way. You think you can talk to other motherfuckers that way because you the one? Not here. Oh, I was mad as fuck. He was like, well, I'm sorry. I didn't mean. Yes, you did, Phoenix. That's the problem. Is you can't keep saying that it's your. I want y'all to hear me. Your intention do not matter. The outcome is what is the issue. He was like, it wasn't my intention to offend you. I said, but yes, the fuck it was. Yes, it was. At the juncture that I tell you, I established in the real time, I don't want to talk to you about this, and you continue to push several times over. Yes, you did mean to. You did exactly what you intended to do, which was to work my motherfucking nerve, which was to disrespect the boundary I'd set in real time. In the space where I had been working peacefully until you came up in here and invaded the motherfucking space. So no, don't tell me that. You and what you think your intentions is cannot be the excuse for you acting fucking repugnantly. And motherfuckers do that shit all the time. Well, that wasn't my intention. I don't give a fuck about your intentions. What was the outcome of your behavior, and can you take responsibility for that? Nobody care about what was in your head or what you say was in your heart. You a liar. You a liar. You a liar. Y'all be saying some shit about y'all motherfucking intentions, but y'all be lying. Y'all be looking to scapegoat. Y'all be looking to fucking gaslight and shit. When y'all be talking about how your intention, that wasn't your intention, but your behavior was the ass opposite of what you say your goddamn intention was. You a liar. You a liar. And y'all get too comfortable with that shit. You know what I'm saying? So I had to cuss his ass clean the fuck out. No. And he kept trying to make excuses. I said, boy, you a grown ass goddamn man. This is unacceptable. There are no excuses. At the juncture that I tell you, this is what it was. This is how you offended. He kept saying, yeah, I could see how that was. I could see how I was wrong there. I could see how I was messed up. But at the juncture that you say, but, you are making an excuse for your fucked up behavior. Accept responsibility and shut your motherfucking mouth after that. Because otherwise you don't believe, you just saying, yeah, I can see how I was wrong. Or yeah, I apologize that it came off that way. Because you don't mean that. As soon as you say, but, you undo the apology. You undo what you think is accepting responsibility. Say, yes, I was dead wrong for that shit. I'm sorry that it had the impact on you that it had. And that's it. I don't care about your intentions. I don't care about what you meant to do. If the outcome was fucked up, bitch, just say my behavior was fucked up. The outcome was fucked up, and I take responsibility for that and move along. So I had to go in because people will keep shit real superficial too. People will keep shit real superficial as a way to shirk responsibility. No, I go deep because you need to understand the essence of why your behavior was fucked up and why I am calling on you to take responsibility for your behavior. And the thing that I keep going to, I just watched this video I did a couple of weeks ago before I got up off here. It's called, Why Am I Mad? Right? Because something as seemingly simple in his mind as this interaction that we had is just that. To me, I told y'all, I will continue to tell y'all for forever until we win. Everything in my life circles back to, how is this interaction? How is this behavior? How is this life lesson going to impact the future? How is it going to impact the future that I say I want to create? So while I'm having a discussion with you about what it means as leadership to take responsibility for your bullshitting ass behavior, that's what I'm talking to him about. I'm not talking to him about being an individual, doing an individual thing that got on my individual nerves. That's why I went deeper with him. It's not that. How the fuck you going to lead somebody when you cannot even take a responsibility for the ways that you slip up? Because we are human. That's okay. The problem becomes is when we do not take responsibility for what we do. We shirk responsibility for what we fucking do. We try to skate around judgment for what we do and expect we still gonna lead somebody. So that goes into the next thing. All this talk I did with these motherfuckers the weeks before this event, counseling them in a fucking personal relationship and how to have respect for each other, even if you are at odds with each other, in a way that it does not negatively impact the 50 people that you've invited to the fucking desert to do medicine with. It's not about you. At the juncture that you are the organizer, at the juncture that you have taken responsibility to bring these people into the space, many of whom had not done ayahuasca yet, that medicine for someone who has not done it, can be terrifying. The first time I did it, as powerful as that ceremony was as equally terrifying as it was. You are responsible. I'm sorry, your personal fucking feelings, your personal relationship is not the issue. I told them before they left, you and your partner need to talk to your mentor about you and your partner doing ceremony together away from a group. You and your partner do ayahuasca together. That's it. To try to work through these conflicts that just continually are left unresolved and deepen. I told them that. But don't bring your shit into a ceremony where you are facilitating for anywhere from 38 to 52 fucking other people. Don't do it. I specifically said it. And they took the ass opposite position. And so I didn't leave on Friday like Spirit had warned my ass. Thursday, as Spirit had warned my ass. Get your ass on the motherfucking bus and count your losses and take your ass the fuck home. You feel me? Yesterday, so Saturday was the last night that they were doing medicine. Yesterday was the day we were leaving. And when I say all of proverbial hell broke loose on Saturday, because they didn't get done doing medicine till 4:00 in the morning. And we got to be up and getting ready to get the fuck up out of there. We got to be cleared out and cleaned up by 11 o'clock. Right? So people were still feeling medicine. Come 6 o'clock in the morning, there were people still purging. The ceremony been over. People are still purging and shit because it was deep. First, it was 10,000 goddamn degrees out in Desert Hot Spring. 10,000 goddamn degrees. I must have took 20 naps. I was so subdued. It was so hot. So violently hot, right? Even at night, I couldn't believe how hot it was. It was so hot. And they out there outside, strewn across the grasslands, doing motherfucking ayahuasca. I don't know how they did it. Because they were like, Cassandra, come outside with us, do ceremony with us. You don't have to take the medicine and you can still be a part of the ceremony, because they were singing and drumming and motherfuckers with didgeridoos and shit. You feel me? And I was like, okay, this last night, yeah, I'll come outside with y'all. I was outside for about 20 minutes. I was like, I don't know how the fuck y'all doing this. It's 1,000 degrees and the sun ain't even up. I said, no, I'm gonna go inside under this air conditioning and I'm gonna wait for y'all. I'm gonna wait for y'all to get done. I'll hang out with y'all when y'all come in from the outside to get your little watermelon and shit. But no, I'm not gonna. Y'all know me. I'm not a punk. I'm not a lightweight. I done camped all the way across this country. I done camped in the heat. I done camped in the pitch black. I done camped in the woods by myself. This weekend, the heat was inhumane. It was inhumane. It was fucking outrageous. So the next day, early, I'm asleep. She gonna come. Yeah, Cassandra, can you come talk to me? It's 6. I only been asleep since 4. Can you come talk to me? I'm like, oh, what? I need to talk to you right now. It's important. I go in the room with her. She tells me that she woke up from this crazy dream. Mind you, she only been asleep since 4. She woke up from this crazy dream, and in the dream, she saw something or whatever, and she woke up and she told her partner, I don't want to, but I think I have to leave you. And her partner, because he had just been asleep since 4, was like, okay, got up out the room and went and go laid on the couch. So she done came unglued because I guess she expected that he was gonna be like distraught and dismayed. His response was not what she expected, and so she took a nosedive into despair. Okay, just hours before people are supposed to be up and getting ready to leave from this, magnanimous event that they just experienced, from a retreat they just experienced. And so everybody woke up in the morning to this girl putting on a whole goddamn display. I have never in all my years on earth seen anything like it. I'm telling you. And I'm telling you, me having been an organizer in the height of a divorce, women I have known recovering in real time from the loss of a partner or spouse, a loved one, and still able to keep their shit together while they are facilitating for others, ceremony, ritual, readings, knowing how, as one who puts themselves forward as one that is going to provide safe space for ceremony to unfold. And we woke up that morning to this girl. She wanted everybody to know that her feelings were hurt, and she wanted everybody to take her side. That's what because her partner was still there. So she's literally walking from person to person for hours. I was like, oh my God, what the fuck is happening in the universe? I said, what the fuck is going on? This went on from 6 a.m. to noon when we left. You can hear the house is enormous. It's a 6-bedroom house. I'm gonna tell y'all, I said I was not gonna say anything on this live about this, but fuck it. I have been doing work on behalf of others since 1996 in some way or another, whether politically, whether socially, like in nonprofits, being the one who takes responsibility for others, right? Creating an environment, creating a space, giving information to, supporting people. Most of y'all are healers in one way or another. You know what it requires as a healer to remove yourself from the center so that you have the ability to show up for others who are not yet where you are, right? To provide a safe space for others. Okay? In all my motherfucking years since 1996, child. Truth be told, since 1992, really. Yes, I was a teenager, still doing, activist work. In all my days and in all the spaces, even with people that I knew in spiritual spaces wasn't always on the up and up and wasn't all there. Still, no matter how fucked up they might have been, I ain't never seen no shit like what happened on yesterday. Never, never, never. Never. I was appalled. I was offended. I was disgusted. I could not believe. Yes, your feelings hurt. Yes, this shit is deep. But goddamn, you just facilitated a ceremony for people who had burdens that they were carrying into that medicine way deeper. People pulling. I'm just the cook for the weekend. People pulling me aside. Cassandra, can I talk to you? People I ain't never met. Can I talk to you? You seem like somebody I can talk to. I'm having some issues and I don't really know how to raise it with other people. One woman confided in me that she didn't know she had not ever recovered from the death of her mother, and how she had never even admitted to herself that aside from the grief, she was angry. She was mad as hell. She was angry as hell that her mother died. The medicine helped trench that shit up the fuck from her, where she was damn near broken the first night ever doing ayahuasca. That is the person that you are supposed to cover and protect in fucking space that you open up for. People, there were like 4 or 5 people who just, because me and one other dude was the only 2 black people there. And he's a young dude, you feel me? I mean, very, very young. So it ain't like, I got an ancient ass face. Is what it is. I got all these goddamn gray hairs that helps people to know, oh, that bitch old. She might know some things. I guess, because I'm just cooking the food all weekend. That's all I'm doing. I have not participated in a single ceremony at all. I didn't even sit in ceremonial space with them when they did ayahuasca, because I am telling you, I knew I had to protect me. I knew what the background energy was going into that damn ceremony, having had them pour shit into my ear for damn near 2 weeks before the ceremony, me counseling them, telling them, look, table that shit, stop talking about it. It's not as deep as you think it is. I promise. If you table the shit until after you're out of ceremony, you will see, you will have a new perspective, and then you can go clear-headed into this discussion that you need to have with your partner. So let me tell you, I was outraged. I was outraged. I could not even feel sympathy for. I couldn't even empathize with the girl because I was outraged by her behavior. I was so outraged. I couldn't. I was so livid. I have never experienced anything like that. I've never seen anything like that in my life, in any ceremonial space whatsoever. Never. It was putrid. It was putrid is what it was. And I was like, I am not going to endure this shit. Not for no 3-hour road trip, because I rode there with her. So I told her while she was in the midst of her crying fit, I said, look, she's like, are you ready to go? I said, oh, I'm not going with you. I said, I've already booked a bus ticket. Dave, the owner of the property, Dave's going to take me to the bus station. I'm going to take the bus home. Really? Yes, really. You're not going to do that to me for 3 hours on a fucking road trip through the desert with no AC in the goddamn car. I'm not doing it. I was so, child, if I had paid that kind of money for the retreat, because I didn't, if I had paid that kind of money for the medicine and retreat, I would have been outraged. So, because I've known this girl and this guy for 4 or 5 years. So I sent them both the message. I said, it's my personal opinion. I said, but you two, y'all owe everybody that came out there, that trusted you with their spirit. You owe them a fucking apology. Everybody that came, you two owe them an apology for what unfolded on yesterday. I said, I told them, it's unacceptable. There is no excuse. Not when I told you to wait to make a decision about your life until after. There is no excuse. There is no excuse for how you two behaved. And then I sent a separate message to the girl. I was like, you especially. You are the one always talking about how you're going to be a healer. You're going to be a healer. One, you don't fucking listen. Oh, Iapo. She met me as Iapo. Oh, Iapo. Oh, Cassandra, you're my mentor. I appreciate you so much. You are a liar. You are a fucking vampire is what you are. You are a vampire. Because let me tell you what happened. It had not been the first time, but today was the most glaring example. You understand me? All this talking I did to them over and over and over again. Do not make no fucking decisions 2 weeks before or 2 weeks after this goddamn ceremony. Don't make no decisions about your life. Don't say no shit you gonna regret. As a matter of fact, while y'all are apart, if y'all ain't got nothing constructive to say, don't talk on the phone, send a text. I told them that. I go, because I'm still on the feed. I'm still on the group, the WhatsApp group for the whole thing. She's gonna send out. I told her, bitch, you need to apologize to everybody. I get a call from her homeboy, one of her best friends, to say, yeah, he don't know the conversation that we've had. He don't know what I told her the day before, what I told you yesterday. Well, Lauren reached out and apologized to me today. I said, is that all she said? Well, he said, she just wanted to apologize for her behavior. Is that all she said? Well, yeah. I said, oh, okay. I get on the feed. There's this long ass communication she just sent on the feed. I'm thinking, okay, she about to take some responsibility. No, literally talking people on the feed like ain't shit happened. Like they did not all witness this girl come completely the fuck unglued yesterday. I'm so happy that everybody was there. Thank you so much for showing up. The medicine is so important. It's so important that you came when you did. And hopefully you all got what you needed from the medicine. I just have a few recommendations. And how about number one of her motherfucking recommendations? Literally word for word. Do not make any vital or important decisions for at least 2 weeks. That'll give you and the medicine time to really analyze what's important. Word for word, what the fuck I told her 2 weeks before we even got there. Don't make any vital decisions in your life until you and Mama Ayahuasca really sit. Give it a couple of weeks before you make any real life choices or any real decisions. No, I want to take responsibility for my behavior yesterday. It was shocking, but it was still inappropriate how I handled it. Whatever, I could have saved that for when I got home. Nuh-uh. No, baby, when I say she sent a 3-paragraph communique as if what happened yesterday didn't happen. Thank you all so much for such a wonderful retreat. Thank you all for participating. And of course, everybody else there is young and new. And so they're not going to know how to politically raise a contradiction in a way that doesn't make people feel like they're targeted or triggered. That's not what my intention was. When I sent them the communication yesterday, this is what it means to be a leader, is to take responsibility for your fucking shortcomings, for your mishaps, for the mistakes and errors that you make. That's what it means. Otherwise, people cannot trust you in ceremonial space. That's why I didn't do medicine this weekend. But when I tell you, I already knew. The last time they did ayahuasca, which was in February, I'll be honest, I said I was going to take medicine. This is the first time I'm admitting this out loud. But I got there 20 minutes after I got to the space, you guys. They had already been there 2 days. I was only there for a Saturday. 20 minutes after I got there, she told me she was having some pain and she had been telling everybody else it was something else. And no, it was a physical altercation between her and her partner, which is why she was in pain. She told me this 20 minutes after I got there. Meanwhile, they feigning the loving, doting couple the whole time, about to facilitate medicine for 40 fucking people. I was like, I told her then. I said, you don't think that this is inappropriate? You don't think that this is problematic? That while you are sitting here stewing in rage about an altercation that happened the day before you got here, that you are facilitating, quote, healing medicine for somebody else? You need to let your homeboy take over, her mentor. You don't need to be involved in the process. And so I took the half a cup from her mentor, but I didn't drink it. So the last time that they thought I did ayahuasca, I didn't do it. Because for me, and I tell this, I keep it honest. I keep it blood raw. You feel me? Every time I have done ayahuasca, I hear every thought in the room. I'm not joking. I'm not exaggerating. I had one motherfucker tell me, bitch, get out of my head. I heard everything this nigga was saying. And he said to me, I didn't say anything out loud. I'm like, why can I hear him? This shit is crazy. And then before I could even open my mouth, he said, bitch, could you get out of my fucking head already? He said that. I'm telling you, this medicine is so deep and profound and magnanimous. And I'm telling you, it cannot be as deep as it has the potential to be, because people and they fucking weirdisms be invaded and infecting the goddamn space. It do. So the last time I did ayahuasca was a year ago this week with them. And even then, Spirit was like, no ma'am, not this, not like this. Not like this. The medicine is so deep. It's so beautiful. And I'm convinced that I have not had the gravity of a ceremony that I could have if the circumstances were different, if the circumstances were optimal, and they were not. in these scenarios. And but baby, that shit, baby, I'll tell y'all something. It take a lot to surprise me. It do. It take a lot. People out here fuck the fuck up. So these days, it take a lot for me to be like shocked. Like it take a lot. It take a lot. Baby, this weekend was that lot. The weekend was the lot. I was mortified. I was embarrassed as if I was responsible. People coming to me telling me, I feel bad because I like them both. They felt conflicted. Here they are supposed to be still in the deep of their own journey, their own medicine, their own walk with spirit. And now that shit has been completely derailed. But I couldn't. Y'all, I'm telling y'all, I could not exaggerate that shit. I could screaming through the place, weeping and wailing like she had just found out somebody had been murdered. She was out in the backyard, doors closed. Leave me alone, T. She in the back door, doors closed. The house is big as shit. The house might as well be a goddamn mansion. Doors closed, motherfucking soundproof doors and shit. You can still hear this girl outside screaming. For hours, from 6 a.m. to noon, for hours. She wanted everybody to know. And people trying to leave. And she would go, bye. And then they would hug her. And she would break down, holding them while they trying to leave the motherfucking house. So now they feel subdued. They like, well, damn, I can't leave. I'm hugging her and shit. Like, what the fuck I'm supposed to do? It was fucking madness personified. It was madness. It was obscenity. It was atrocious. It was atrocious. I sent both of them a text, and of course Phoenix, because he always got to be right. It can't be some, okay, well, I'll take it into consideration or some shit like that. Well, it couldn't have happened any other way. This is what needed to happen for us. I was like, bitch, I ain't ask you all that. I said, my position hasn't changed. You owe everybody that attended, that paid over $600, some of them more than that, for the fucking weekend. You owe them their money. Actually, it was more than that because they paid $800 for the room. You owe people at the bare minimum a motherfucking apology for your behavior, how you contributed to the breakdown of your goddamn partner. Y'all owe them an apology at minimum, and better be glad ain't nobody asked for their motherfucking money back. That shit was motherfucking outrageous. I am still and I spent so many hours on the goddamn bus, and that shit was more peaceful than I know that road trip back with that human being could have been. It's probably the end of our relationship, honestly, because neither one of them have texted me back since yesterday. And even this morning, I'll be honest, because I was so outraged yesterday that I sent the girl a text this morning. I said, look, I want to apologize if what I presented to you came off rough. I was extremely frustrated by what happened yesterday. I said, and I don't take back anything that I said. I do want to take responsibility if it hurt you or triggered you. That was not my intention. My intention was to give it to you straight, that my position has not changed. You two owe the people that you were there to support an apology for your behavior. It is the only way people will ever trust you in ceremony again. You owe them an apology. I haven't received a text back from either one of them, but that slinky motherfucker could go and tell the other dude, I want to take responsibility for yesterday. I want to apologize for yesterday. And he told me, and I told him what I told her. He was like, oh, I thought she was being genuine. So You told her yesterday that she needed to apologize, so she gonna text me this morning and apologize to me as an individual, but not to the group. I don't give a fuck how you color that shit. That's grimy as fuck. And then to get on the goddamn feed where everybody's like, "Oh my God, the retreat was so great. I got so much from the medicine. Thank you for providing the space." And so when she see ain't nobody else grinding her up, because I'm the only honest motherfucker in the group, they don't know how to critique someone politically. They don't know how to give someone feedback that is not coddling their fucking ego. They don't know how to do that. These are young people. These are new people. These are people who have not been in revolutionary organization or political activism at all. They don't know how to struggle and still you may maintain a level of respect for another human being. So I'm going to grind you up. I'm going to grind you up out of principle. I'm going to grind you up with principle, not because I don't care about your feelings or your emotions or I'm a cold-hearted bitch. But we have to prioritize when we are fucking sitting in space, guiding others, leading others, caring for others. That's the shit that we signed on to do. Otherwise, don't do the shit, bitch. Don't do the shit. Don't do the shit. So instead of being principled, instead of having any kind of goddamn integrity about what the fuck you know happened and you know how everybody else experienced you, no, don't do that. Since ain't nobody else ground your ass up, then it must just be Iapo being a bitch. It must just be Cassandra being a bitch. And so I'm just going to act like it didn't even happen and send all these motherfucking messages down the thing like it didn't happen, because everybody's like, "Oh my God, the medicine, it was great, whatever." Girl, just because they are not astute enough to struggle with you politically, don't mean that they didn't experience the same thing I experienced, because too many of them told me so before they walked the fuck up out of there. So if they ain't gonna say nothing, you ain't gonna say nothing. What kind of leader is that? We know them kind of leaders. Preachers do that shit. Priests do that shit. As long as they don't criticize, I ain't gonna own up the shit. I ain't fessing up the shit. You got it, but I will never. That will never. And it had to be that bodacious. It had to be that bodacious. Oh, Tajali, baby, I knew it going into the shit. I knew it going into the shit, because it wasn't just the Mercury retrograde that we entered the fuck up into. 4 other planets, all the bigs, are also in retrograde. Saturn, Mercury, Pluto, Uranus, and Neptune are all in retrograde, and then Mercury retrograde entered the mix of already 4 big retrogrades on top of the 888 portal. I already knew it was about to be some bullshit. But I was like, okay, there's a lesson here for me. I'm gonna support my homies. You feel me? And Spirit was like, these ain't your homies. But I was ready for it. I'll be honest, man. I'll be honest, because you can't, again, what I was telling Phoenix, what I was telling them, you cannot do the fucking bare minimum that represents having some kind of integrity when so-called leading people. I want to be a leader. I want to be a healer. But you cannot. This is minuscule responsibility. This is the smallest amount of integrity that you can have, is to take responsibility for your behavior and the impact that it had on others, that you were there to support, not them covering you, not surrounding you, because you done placed you and your bullshit in the center of what is happening for them. And they're new. They're young. They don't know. They've never done the medicine. It's vampiric as hell. It's parasitic as hell, right? And so you can't have the bare minimum of integrity. You can't have the bare minimum of what it means to be responsible for others. But y'all think y'all gonna stage a contest with the fucking state. Y'all are not. Y'all are not. And I don't know what it's going to take. But I was riding through the streets of Hollywood tonight, and I was like, I want this motherfucker dead. I want this motherfucker for 1 week for people to be all these motherfuckers who say they give a damn about Palestine, all these motherfuckers who say they give a damn about Sudan and about the Congo, and about the conditions of the world, and about the 65,000 homeless people in fucking Hollywood. But there is nothing indicative of that care. Not really. Not in no way that makes the state uncomfortable. There ain't no displays here up in this motherfucker that make this. Name a display anywhere in the United States of America that is one that has, even in the last 20 years, made the state uncomfortable, made the state flinch. Did Occupy Wall Street make the state uncomfortable? Mm-mm. Meanwhile, we can look at damn demonstrations happening in France, and these motherfuckers be stopping be stopping the whole system. The whole system got to shut the fuck down, bitch. Oh, you don't want to act right? You don't want to pay the farmers right? We gonna dump fucking tons and tons and tons of cow manure on the goddamn steps of City Hall until y'all act right. We gonna shut this whole motherfucker down till you motherfuckers act right. Every time some shit jump off in Europe, they like, look, niggas, we about this life. Now I don't know what the fuck y'all thinking, trying to fuck us up out here, but bitch, we about that life. We about to disrupt. We about to make life for the state uncomfortable out this bitch. Y'all ain't gonna go on as business as usual. We about to make this motherfucker hella uncomfortable. It was what, just about 3-4 months ago, they had all these goddamn diesel trucks, dumpsters and shit, dumping motherfucking cow manure all over the city properties. Oh no, y'all ain't gonna be up in here making y'all little living wage, making y'all little 150,000 pounds or euros a year. Bitch, we can't eat. Oh no. When we control the grounds too, we control the garbage, we control the refuse, we control the production of food and shit. Nah, bitch, y'all about to be uncomfortable. If we gonna be uncomfortable, bitch, y'all gonna be uncomfortable. Ain't nobody in America made a motherfucker uncomfortable. These little bullshit ass displays or demonstrations, this shit ain't made these motherfuckers uncomfortable. I'm sitting here riding through goddamn Hollywood tonight on the way home. I'm like, it would be epic. It would be such a welcome and epic display to see this whole motherfucker look like a ghost town, totally shut down for a week. Everybody, and the line be clear. This is the call. Do not spend $1 with no institution that is corporate owned. Don't spend no dollar, no dime, no penny, nowhere that is not privately owned for 1 week. No tourism anywhere for 1 week. No play. No, your babies can handle it for a week. For this week, everything that we do is going to be centered on dismantling the systems of goddamn oppression. Or whatever your bag is. This week we focusing all of our renegade energy toward the liberation of motherfucking Palestine or Sudan or Congo. This week, nobody that is a billionaire is going to earn a dime. This week, no billionaire is earning a dime. No, we ain't spending no money nowhere in no way that is tied to any billionaire on earth. That's going to be a hard thing to do. But ain't no billionaire making a penny this week. For 1 week, shut the whole economic fucking fallacy down cold. I would love to ride through this motherfucker and it looked like a ghost town. Because I wrote, it's Monday, motherfucker. It's Monday. It's Monday. And Monday at 9, let's see, I got home at 8. Monday at 8 p.m., riding down Hollywood Boulevard. I was like, it looked like a motherfucking Saturday out here. Thousands and thousands and thousands. I don't know if there was an event or what, but there were thousands of people all up and down Hollywood Boulevard at 8 o'clock on a Monday. I said, it would be glorious for 1 week. Cause y'all all got the conspiracy theories. You feel me? The Jews on Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? Hollywood is an arm of the state. The reptiles and the Bilderbergs and y'all got all the conspiracy theories. Y'all know the names of all the terrible people that supposedly do all the terrible things to all the people in the world. But you still have something that they want, bitch. That's your labor transformed into dividends, turned into coins. You feel me? So as long as you got coins and as long as you got dividends, bitch, you can spend or withhold them shits however you see fit. So I just feel like all these people on these social medias talking that shit. I stand with Palestine and I stand with this person and the end of oppression and all of that shit. But these motherfuckers, they ain't missed a beat. Child, they ain't lost a penny. You talking about motherfucking Kamala, goddamn Biden, motherfucking Trump bitch, but you ain't withheld your coins from nowhere. How these bitches still making billions of dollars every second, earning more in fucking 25 minutes than you'll earn in your whole life? Child, we gonna have to be on the same language these other motherfuckers be on. Are y'all not paying attention to what the fuck is happening in Nigeria right now? Happening in Europe right? And these motherfuckers mean business. But they done got y'all asses mutated. Fucking, we ain't got shit to lose. What the fuck we got to lose? What the fuck we got to lose? You understand? And that's all. I guess that's all I got to gripe about, because that was like the culmination of the wildest weeks on record so far. And I'm telling you, mark my motherfucking words. It's 8:26 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on 8/12/2024. Mark my words. Even as crazy as everybody has been complaining this week has been, I literally 1 minute before I got on this call, I got a phone call about another brother, a Mexican brother I know here, know well. He just passed away. Young, passed away of cancer. People didn't even know he was sick. This shit is crazy. Everything happening is wild. And I am telling you, on this day at this time, you have not seen the worst, but we have to prepare. We have to prepare. Baby, this motherfucking bullshitting ass excuse of a goddamn election coming up in November is about to set off the floodgates of mania, madness, fucking retarded dumb shit. I'm telling you, mark my words. So what are we willing to do? What are we preparing to do? How do we protect ourselves and still not let the madness of the world subdue us? Because that was the attempt this week. I was like, I ain't gonna let y'all motherfuckers run me. I ain't gonna let you get up in my head. I ain't gonna let you fucking get on my motherfucking nerves. That's what's not gonna happen. That's what's not gonna happen. That's what's not gonna happen. This week was crazy. I'll probably be up on here maybe a few more minutes. Anybody want to talk to me? Anybody want me to? Because what I can do is send the invite into the, and thanks for the donation earlier, sis. I meant to shout you out, Java Watson. Let me post that. My bad. I got on a rampage and forgot to display the donation. I appreciate that. So anybody tuning in from YouTube can send a super chat, a super thanks, or whatever those things are. If you're tuning in from YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch, you can look across the bottom and see how you can make a contribution. All of your contributions go to the Temple of Evolutionary Emergence. So that's Zelle, Cashapp, Venmo, and PayPal, to where you can send those donations. Those of you who are tuning in through IG, I still encourage you to make a donation. You can do that by emailing me at releaseheartcenter@gmail.com, and I'll post those methods up for you. So if anybody wants to jump up on here for a minute, I know y'all haven't seen my face for a couple of weeks. Okay, thank you for the reminder, Tajali, yo ass. Swear you were always gonna be the one trying to keep me on the spot and shit. Creating the spectacle, which is part of the title, so I guess I should address it. We've been talking about this for a long time, though. You know, creating a spectacle, creating the glorious conspiracy, creating a spectacle. And I don't have an answer, boo. I have some ideas that cannot be discussed this way. So my birthday is coming up. My birthday is September 14th. And I've been debating about what I'm going to do for my birthday this year. Whether I'm going to, I'm thinking about going home and spending some time with my mom, or whether I'm going to, there's some things that I'm thinking about the whole month of September, just getting done some things that are important to me, because I'm really, it's crunch time. I've been talking about November 19th, for several years now, and we're no closer to organizing a spectacle for November 19th. And I'm tired of pushing. I'm tired of being by myself trying to see the way forward. It's a lot. And I know why. I know it's important. I know it's urgent. There are things that keep coming up. But thank you, Java. Thank you for the second donation, sweetheart. You're wonderful. Um, but the spectacle, I'll tell you. I'll give you an example. So I was, I study cults a lot, right? And I saw this funny cult video on YouTube. I think it's called, excuse me, what was it called? I'll have to look for it. I have it saved in my cult studies folder, but it is a funny little short video on the A's and B's of becoming a cult leader, right? And then each time it mentions something, it gives an example of how that's been done in the past, right? All these cult documentaries, some at some juncture or another talk about the spectacle, right? So this guy's documentary thing is like the 10 things that you must remember as a cult leader or something like that. And one of them was what was it, like something like how to become a successful cult leader or something like that. And it was like, number one, what's your idea or whatever, like what's your hook? Two, what's your target audience? Three, once you have your audience, okay, three, like what's your brand? And then four, once you have all of that established, he specifically said, create a spectacle, right? And the example that he gave, though, was really fascinating. And I can point out examples of this just in the last year. He said, create a spectacle. Do something that is going to make your organization stand out and stand out big. And he said that when it was like the United Atheists of America or something like that, I forget the name of the organization, but it's an organization of atheists, that when they were, I think this is in the 90s. Sorry, you guys, I'm tired. When they were first, like, trying to like recruit or whatever, what they did was they took a few $1,000s and only gave them access to the billboard for like 3 days, but they raised enough money to erect a billboard in Times Square, saying, I forget what it said, like God is dead or something, like just, it was just a black and white billboard in the middle of Times Square, and it said God is dead, and then their website at the bottom, the United Atheists of America.org or some shit. And just for those 3 days that they had that billboard up, their membership skyrocketed like 12,000% in 3 days. It was like ridiculous, right? And he said, so maybe it doesn't have to be a billboard in Times Square, but they understood the assignment. You feel me? And so, yes, it may not be a billboard in Times Square or West Hollywood, but it has to be something. It can't be small. And I don't know what to tell you. I got 1,000,001 ideas, and yeah, I just can't tell you. I just can't tell you. But I know that's what has to happen. That's the only way. The things that we've been talking about the last 2 to 3 years, the ambitions that we have, the way that we know clearly, and we've talked about it. Everything hasn't been just discussion or theory. We've talked at length and very specifically, whether it was through Pure Lust or the Great Cosmic Mother, or even now in the God the Father, hell, even Communion. Every book that we've read has told us very definitively steps that we can take, things that we can do, ways that we can counter the opposition. You know what I'm saying? And, that's what has to happen. I don't know. I don't have the answer. If I had the answer, the shit would have popped off already. I have suspicions. I have ideas, right? And yeah, so I don't know. But I know it has to be something so audacious and so unexpected and so far from out of left field that it cannot even be anticipated. So that may be the thing that we need to do, is just go ahead and set a date for a face-to-face meeting with those who are serious and how to execute that. The guy that owns the space up in Desert Hot Springs, that I just got back from, told me that I could have the space for 4 days in September for my birthday if I wanted it. And at the time I was like, okay, that sounds like something. I don't know how easy it would be for many of you to get here from wherever you are, but that's an option. He be really looking out for me. You know what I'm saying? So it's not something that would be expensive to make happen. I told you I didn't tell you how much. I'm not going to say that over the air, but even the death, birth, and the death, inception, and rebirth ceremony that we did on the spring equinox. It was unbelievable what he charged us to have access to that space for 3 days. And that, you can't call that nothing but like love and support of an idea. He told me verbatim, I want you to see this place as the place where you can execute your wildest visions. That's something that kind of shit don't come often. And so I really want to take him up on that. That might be the next thing that we do, because that's realizable and it's not expensive. Even the place in Mississippi, Lavanda 888 just raised it. I haven't consolidated everything. I talked to them. I talked to them about what it would cost to book the whole space, all 5 of the cabins, the pavilion, which it too is not expensive, not even remotely as expensive as I thought it would be. And that venue can house in the cabins up to 24 people. But they also have RV hookups on the property, several RV hookups on the property. So that too is something that we can reasonably get into. I feel like we should have let me make that commitment. I will make that commitment. I will go ahead and make a commitment that this Wednesday, we can do a Zoom conference. We can do a Zoom call for people who want to go ahead and do a face-to-face, like meet together in a location, in a place, to start talking about what this project looks like, what this shit we're involved in looks like, aside from me talking. I know I'm pretty, but I know y'all got to be sick of seeing my face. You know what I'm saying? Like let's get some more. Let's start doing some work. Let's start getting our hands dirty. So let's see. Aaron Pfeiffer says, I would love to participate, but I'm halfway across the world with limited internet access. But if there's a way for someone like me to help, please let me know. Aaron Pfeiffer, do me a favor and email me. I'm gonna put my email address in the comment section, and that's for anybody. Several of you have reached out via email, and I have not had anything to plug you into, but now I do. So, and somebody just mentioned Lavanda 888. Is it lavender, like lavender? Lavender 888 will ask, can we fundraise? Yes, we can. And Aaron, yes, email me. Everybody who wants to email me about how to plug in, email me at releaseheartcenter@gmail.com. releaseheartcenter@gmail.com. Where are you located, Aaron? You said halfway across the world. Where are you tuning in from? But yeah, in the meantime, tomorrow I'm going to pick back up with the read. I want to finish this week. That's my commitment. I'm going to finish this week, the reading of Beyond God the Father, and read that every day. Now, I'm going to tell you, it's been a crazy couple weeks. But tomorrow, I'm going to see Jane's Addiction in concert. Okay? Now, this has been one of my dreams since I was a little girl, is to see my favorite band. And yes, they are one of my most favorite bands. one of my most favorite bands is Jane's Addiction. I'm going to see them tomorrow night. So I will not be doing a live tomorrow night. I may do one in the morning. Yeah, I'm definitely going to do one in the morning because I'm going to read Beyond God the Father, but it won't be again until Wednesday night. I'll create a Zoom, and what I will do, this video that you all are watching, okay, I will put information in the Zoom, in this video, right, in the comments for you. I won't make it complicated. If you're interested in the Zoom for Wednesday, email me at releaseheartcenter@gmail.com, because I'm not going to make the Zoom public, because every time I've ever done that, I've gotten trolls like bum rushing my Zooms. So like serious trolls. So if you are interested in participating in a Zoom on organizing 2 events, one here in California and one in Mississippi, then email me at releaseheartcenter. Great. Okay. Thanks, Erin. Erin says she is tuning in from South Africa. So if you are interested in participating in the Zoom, and you do not have to be participating in the events themselves. If you want to help with the event, if you want to help fundraise, if you want to help marketing, if you want to help put out information for those who can attend these events, one will be here in California, Southern California, and one will be in Mississippi. You can be in that Zoom. Whether you can attend or not, you can be in that Zoom. So if you're interested in participating in that Zoom on Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, let me know by emailing me at releaseheartcenter@gmail.com, and I will send you the link. I'll make the Zoom link tomorrow morning, and I will send it to you. I will send it out to you all once I receive your emails, and that way we can go ahead and start making some more concrete things happen leading up to November. Because I'm telling you, if you think that what we've been experiencing these last couple of weeks is crazy, these motherfuckers in positions of power about to pull out all the stops. And we have to be prepared for ourselves on what our response is going to be. And I'm certain, I'm telling you, even as we haven't done anything together collectively yet, I'm still arrogantly audacious about what our potential is. I am. Because this shit, y'all see crisis, I see flimsy as fuck. I see crisis, I see the crisis of our opposition. I'm like, these motherfuckers is hanging on for dear life. They hanging on for dear life. How can we deepen this shit? How can we sharpen? How can we speed up their inevitable death? How can we do that? How can we participate in issuing the final death throes of this filthy bitch? How can we do that? How can we make that shit happen sooner than later? And so I don't typically get, it's not easy for me to get subdued by what I see, especially in media. It's diabolical. Okay. I haven't had to turn on my AC in 2 years. All of a sudden, the first 2 weeks of August, I'm like, plus there was an earthquake today. I don't know if y'all heard that or not. There was an earthquake today. It was like an earthquake. And typically since I've been here in California, they've been like, for like a half a second. This thing was shocking. I was like, oh shit, do I need to leave my house? It was shocking. And they've been happening a lot over the last 2 weeks. A lot. They've been little tremors here and there. They've been like a little shit fell off the counters and bookshelves today. Shit fell off the walls today. Like today was shocking. Yup. Today was shocking. Samara, she knows she here. They have been happening more frequently. And so anyway, yeah, that's all I got for y'all tonight. I'm getting tired. I'm yawning all crazy, and I still got to get myself pretty for my concert tomorrow. I'm gonna see Jane's Addiction. I'm so excited. I'm excited. I'm not gonna not be excited. I love them so much. I'm hyped. Did you watch any of Lori Leviathan's recent videos? I think she mentioned earthquakes and astrology. I haven't watched. Y'all know I like her a lot, and I haven't watched her in a couple of weeks. I haven't watched any astrologers in a couple of weeks. I'll tell you why. Because y'all know I will watch a lot of astrologers to give y'all some, black girl interpretations of what's to come based off my favorite astrologers or whatever with my EFI, contributions to it, but I haven't been doing any studying into any deep astrology over the last 2 weeks because I've been feeling like a lot has been coming through so intuitively. So my dreams have been so. Let me tell you what had happened this weekend. I will tell y'all one more story. Let me tell you what had happened this weekend. In the midst of all this madness with the retreat and shit, Friday night, I decided I didn't even want to be up there with the group. I was going to go down. There's a pond on the other end. The property is like 125 acres. There are 4 houses on the property. And so I went, and there's like several ponds and hot springs. And there, he just installed these like 10 baths where you can pump water into the 10 baths, and that water is not hot like the hot spring water. So I ran a bath, put some ice cubes in the bath. This is outside overlooking this beautiful lake and the desert and shit. Beautiful. By myself, is jet black. I got my little lantern, you feel me? And I ate a few mushrooms. I ate like 2 caps, little baby caps, so like little teeny weeny caps. Ate 2 caps, and then the guy who owns the property, there's 2 women staying on the property with him right now. One is a girl that is hired to do like the cleanup after guests leave, and then she invited her homegirl to come out from where they from to stay for a month. So the girl asked me, would you like a shot of tequila? I was like, yeah, I could drink a shot of tequila. So I go in the house with them to take a shot. And she says, it's crazy. When I drove into the property tonight, she's like, as soon as the gate opened, now listen to me, y'all. Please follow me slowly with this story. She says, regular, everyday white girl from Ohio, says, when I drove onto the property and the gate opened, as soon as the gate opened, I saw 4 coyotes run in a straight line straight across my car. Now, her default was panic. Like, oh my God, there are people up the way doing ayahuasca. They're outside. It's jet black. Do we need to warn them to look out for the coyotes? Like, default, right? The other girl was like, well, maybe we can go warn them. I was like, well, y'all take a deep breath. I said, this is way far from where they are. They got people watching the perimeter. I said, sometimes we see certain things, and those things are for us. But can we be still and present enough to see what these things are trying to communicate to us? She was like, I don't understand. What do you mean? She's like 33. I was like, well, for me, since I've, become like a spiritually in tuned person, especially one who's always talking about paying attention to those things that others would miss. What am I always talking to you guys about? Seeing the supremacy in the small, seeing the majesty in the mundane, right? Seeing the magic in the mundane. Those things that we would not even give a second thought to may have something to teach us. So now this is the first time I ever meeting this girl, ever talking to this girl. We done took a shot of tequila. I'm like, well, coyotes, are really important animals in almost every indigenous culture on earth. And every indigenous culture on earth, they have the same energy. They are called the tricksters. They have trickster energy. But we think about the coyote and trickster energy as a negative. Sometimes, oh my fucking God. Oh shit, y'all. Oh my God. This just occurred to me now. I told this girl, oh my God. I told this girl, I said, trickster energy can be a lot of things, but more likely than not, the trickster shows up to tell you, keep your eyes open, be present, be aware. Be aware of what? Well, what is a trickster energy? It's like two-facedness. I said, so say you and your homegirl here are best friends. Y'all been best friends for forever. Oh, we best friends, girl. This my friend. This my friend. And y'all love each other, and you actually do. But one of you, even though you love this person, you are jealous of this person. that you are always envious. Why all the good shit always happen to her? Why she always da 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 da? Why you love her, you hang around, you enjoy being around her, but at the same time, you hate her. At the same time, you are green damn, she always get the cute guy. Damn, that is a trickster energy. And the coyote is attempting to win your attention. Keep your eyes open to people who are around you, who you trust, who may not mean you any good, who may not have the best wishes for you, who may be casting spells on you through their hurt or their jealousy or their envy, right? The reason I just had a moment is because I told this girl this, and I'm just thinking about this whole story I told you about my two friends who I probably just lost because they was with that bullshit. You feel me? That trickster ass energy. But they don't give a fuck about me. They can't possibly respect me if they can hear anything that I said in any way other than positive and trying to grow them. But okay. Or to do that bullshit she did, where to take verbatim word for word what I told her about going into ceremony and not making snap judgments and snap decisions for at least 2 weeks. And then she gonna tell the group like it was some profound statement that she just came to on her own. You guys don't need to make any seriously deep decisions about your life for at least 2 weeks after ceremony. And I've seen her do that before, but I was like, oh, she's simple. You know, she's young. She don't know no better. That's some really calculating shit. So anyway, that's why I just had the moment. As I'm telling this girl this, and it just occurred to me that I had this conversation with this girl, and that's what happened to me this weekend. But anyway, so we talked about coyotes, and then we talked about spiders. And then we went to the grocery store because she only had a little bit of tequila left in the bottle. She was like, let's do a liquor run. So we went to go get a bottle of liquor at the grocery store. We walk into the grocery store. It's 10 o'clock at night. It's dead in there. And there's a woman and her daughter at the checkout. And we make a beeline straight for the liquor cabinet. And I turn around, and the woman that's at the cash register, I see her shirt. I'm like, oh my God, I love your shirt. She had a shirt on that was from the movie The Craft, and it had The Craft at the top. And it had below it a picture of the scene in the movie where they're on the beach doing the ceremony, calling the corners, right? I was like, girl, that shirt is awesome. Oh my gosh. She was like, if you think that's awesome, look at this. And she turns around and lifts her hair up, and the entire prayer to call the corners is typed out on the back of her shirt. And every hair on the back, on my whole body, stood at attention. The girl that's with me says, oh, that's cool. I was like, it's not cool. I said, this is confirmation. I said, we just had this witchy ass conversation about spiders and about snakes and about coyotes not 10 minutes ago. It's 10 o'clock at night. And we had a grocery store, and this woman with a little girl got the craft shirt on. So we go, I was like, that's how spirit communicates with you. If you care to listen, if you are present enough in the moment to recognize that it's a confirmation, right? She's like, oh, damn, I didn't even think about it like that. That's so deep. I said, yeah, I know. I'm having a whole ass moment right now, right? So we go to get the chaser for the drink, and then we go back into the checkout line. And we go into the checkout line where the girl had been. The guy and I was talking to them about what kind of medicine I practice. So I was like, I adhere to 5 elements theory. We had just been talking about this in the car. We go through the checkout line. We see this girl with the witchy ass shirt on. The dude at the checkout line has all these Harry Potter tattoos on his fucking forearms. He's got a giant red tattoo here that says Mudblood on it. Then he's got the what do you call it? I forget what you call it, but the Death Eater tattoos, the big skull tattoo with the snake, and they used to touch it to summon Voldemort. He had a Death Eater's tattoo on the other arm. And then on his hand, it was a pentagram, but I was like, this is the symbol of the 5 elements. This is what I practice. We were just talking about that. She was like, no fucking way. Right. And so the whole night I kept telling her, I was like, because it kept all night. It was all night. It was just something small. And I kept saying, this is what it means to be present. This is what it means to be able to see the beauty in the exact moment, in the now, in the moment, the majesty and the magic of the mundane and the supremacy of the small. I was saying that all night, all night, all night. And I feel like that's where we have to live. That's where we have to live. There's so much in it that we are constantly missing. Even now, for me to be able to draw a connection between these coyotes and these these tricksters that was up in the crib, you feel me? And what does that mean? How do we tailor our behavior once we recognize the moment and how magnificent it is? Anyway, that's all I got to say for tonight. I'm tired still, and I still have to do things. So I appreciate you all. I love you all. This was fun. It was good to catch back up with y'all. I know y'all had people were emailing me crazy. Are you alive? Why are you missing in action? Where you at? You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate the love. I appreciate feeling loved. I receive it all. I am so grateful for each and every one of you. So please do not hesitate to email me. I will be following up on emails this week. And then I will be sending out the Zoom. So much more happened this week. And I didn't journal a word. I may need to just sit down and journal so I don't miss it. So much happened this week. So much else that I didn't even get to. Big, unbelievable shit this week. But in the meantime, I'll save it. But yeah, pay attention to your dreams. Oh my God, my dreams for the last 3 days. So vivid. So fucking real. Y'all, I'm telling you, I'm going to just put it out. I'm going to tell you, I had a dream 2 nights in a row that was almost exactly the same. I was like, what? So much so that I started Googling. I was like, what the fuck does this mean? It's so crazy random. Because I haven't watched TV in over a week because of all the stuff that's happened. And then I was gone for 5 days. So I haven't been watching any TV. So it couldn't have been like, you know, how sometimes you fall asleep and the TV on and you dream about what you hear coming out the TV and it be in your dreams. It wasn't nothing like that. I was out in the motherfucking desert, y'all. And 2 nights in a row, I had a crazy dream. I'm almost timid about saying it out loud because it was so crazy. But I'm going to say it out loud, okay? Just the gist, not the detail. I had this dream. It was almost exactly the same both nights. I had this dream that I saw a girlfriend of mine that I'd not seen in many years. She was from Alabama. I don't remember who it is, but I just remember thinking in my head, like, I know her from my childhood, right? She's from Alabama. Oh, hey girl, how you doing? But like, I couldn't see her face, right? Hey girl, how you doing? You know, are you in California now? She's like, yeah, girl, I'm in the industry. I be in all the parties and all the big spaces. I was like, oh girl, well, I need to know who you know, right? Whatever. And she was like, well, you know, as a matter of fact, I'm going to a party tonight. You can just come as my +1. I was like, yes. Okay. Who party it is? She was like, I don't know, but it's an industry party, yada, 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 right? So I put on my best duds. I got my hair did. You feel me? We go to this party that is being hosted. That is being hosted at the home of Jeff Goldblum. Now, I'm going to tell you, I have had a crush on this actor since I was a child. I love Jeff Goldblum. God damn it, I love this dude. His swag is crazy. His whole disposition is just, even in The Fly Child, I love this man. I love Jeff Goldblum. One of my favorite actors. Don't know why. He ain't been in a whole gang of shit, but I love me some Jeff Goldblum, right? I love his funny. I love his swag. I just love him. I was like, how random. Oh my God, it's Jeff Goldblum's house that we're at. Oh, this is so amazing, right? And I'm like, there's a gang of people and I'm never going to meet him, but oh, this is awesome. I'm in Jeff Goldblum's house, whatever. I'm trying to play the wallflower. I'm not trying to stand out too much, but y'all know it's not me at all. That's not my character at all. But I'm like, okay, you know, I ain't trying to make a scene, so I'll just be the wallflower. I'll just walk around seeing all the famous people. And I saw all these famous people, but I'm like, oh my God, Jeff Goldblum. And finally, Jeff Goldblum ends up standing next to me at the bar as I'm getting a drink. And he was like, well, who are you? I was like, oh, my friend is so-and-so. She works in the industry. I'm her +1. He was like, well, you are a very welcome +1. I was like, And baby, somehow we start talking minimally. And he was like, well, what do you do? I was like, well, I'm a minister. I'm giving him the rundown. I'm a minister. I run a goddess worshiping temple right here in Hollywood. He was like, damn, that sounds fascinating. He was like, so what kind of things do you guys do? And I'm giving him the 411. I'm talking about like, la, 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 right? He was like, this sounds like something I really want to support. We need to have a meeting tomorrow. This sounds like something I really want to be a part of. And the next thing you know, he is handing me a suitcase of money in the dream. This happened 2 nights in a row. So crazy random. So random. I was like, well, come on through, Jeff Goldblum, with the goddamn suitcase of money. I accept that dream. I accept that. So I Googled him. I'm like, well, what's going on with Jeff Goldblum? Like, how? I ain't heard anything from him. He ain't been in anything recently. I'm like, how old is he now? Like, has he got a boo? Has he got a wife? Like, what's what? You know what I'm saying? Read about him, read about his wife, nothing. They're just like regular, everyday Hollywood people living regular, everyday Hollywood lives. I do not know where that dream came from. It happened 2 nights in a row. And I said, I said exactly what Java Watson just said. Come on in the motherfucking room, Jeff. Come on in the room, okay? Because I accept it. I accept that. So from my mouth to the goddess's ear and diffused into Jeff Goldblum's freaking consciousness somehow. But yes, come on in the room, sir. Come on in the room. I was like, more dreams like that. More dreams like that made real. Okay? That's what we need. Yes. So I'm just saying, pay attention to your dreams this week. Journal them. Any suggestions to aid in dream recall? Power KZMK. Is it Kesmac? Yes, as a matter of fact, since you asked, I am going to give you guys a ritual. Since we're still in the 888 portal energy to the last week of this month, I'm going to give you a dream recollection ritual. This was taught to me by my godmother, and I am going to teach it to you. Okay? Now you can use the entity, the deity, the angel, the Orisha, the ancestor that you most resonate with. And this is how I'm going to close tonight's meeting, to focus your energy on this. But you're going to do this, again, depending upon what angel, deity, benevolent being you focus on. The way I was taught was to focus on Oshun. And since focusing on Oshun, and Oshun's number is the number 5, that you would do this for 5 days. So what I teach people is, depending upon the numerological correlation between the entities that you use, 3 days, 5 days, 7 days, 9 days. I do the dream ritual with Oya, and I do it for 9 days. I have done it with Oya. I have done it with Yemaya, whose number is 7. But most often than not, I am really walking with Oya when I do most any ritual. The Iyami as well, but I'm a child of Oya. I'm going to focus my energy on Oya, right? So whatever that is. So say Oshun is the one for you, okay? Since Power Kismet asked. What you're going to do is you are going to prep your bed. So you want to have a journal next to your bed, a pen next to your bed, and a candle next to your bed, okay? And a lighter, obviously, something to light the candle with. You are going to get a glass of water, okay? Whatever the deity, so we're going to say that Oshun is the energy that we're going to focus this dream ritual on, okay? Once you get that glass of water and you take it to your bedroom to get ready for bed, you are going to pray that deity's name into the water. Oshun is the goddess or the owner of fresh water, so we do the dream ritual to Oshun. We put our mouth on the edge of the glass, like so. So when we speak the deity's name into the water, we can feel the vibration in the cup, the number of times of the corresponding deity. So Oshun's number is 5. Oshun, 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 Oshun. I'm doing that fast, but usually I'll do it slow. Oshun, Oshun, where I can get a deep resonance, a deep vibration in the water several times. I swallow a gulp of the water, leave the water next to the table. I pray what I want my dreams to be. I don't want to just dream random. I say Oshun, 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 right? And I may say, I need to know about my money. I need to know where my money is coming from. Give me an idea to accumulate money rapidly in the most efficient and direct way, or whatever. I pray for the health of my family, or whatever. Be specific. And you do that and you go to sleep. Okay. I'll add some other stuff, but that's the basic thing. Go to sleep. When you wake, that 10 minutes after you wake, between where you're still in the realm of between your dream and waking state, which they call the theta state, those first 10 minutes are the most vital. So my recommendation is that you don't turn on a light, you light a candle. That's what the candle is for. So you have this natural light. Do not look at your phone. Do not look at the time on your phone. Do not pick up your phone to see what time it is. As soon as you wake, light the candle. Drink the rest of the water. As soon as you drink that water, start writing. We call it automatic writing or dream dumping. You don't have to write sentences. You don't have to write complete thoughts. It doesn't have to be a novel. You can just word dump whatever comes to your mind in that 10 minutes. Green, noise, smells, colors, names, faces, places. Dump it all. Everything you can remember, dump it within that 10 minutes. Close the journal. Don't revisit it. Okay? Do that every day for 5 days, for example, if Oshun is your focus. Do that every day for 5 days. Okay? On the 5th day, we were always taught, which it hasn't ever taken that long for me, but by the 5th day, you will have the answer to your question. Whatever your question was, whatever your prayer was, whatever it was you wanted to receive, you will receive an answer in this dream journal. It is only after the 5th day that you go and revisit your dream journal to see if you can extract the answer to your query. It's a practice that you can get into just to sharpen your senses, just to sharpen your wit, sharpen your ability to listen. But I'm telling you, even the first time that I did the dream journaling exercise, the dream journaling ritual, it didn't take 5 days. It didn't take 5 days. Once you focus your attention and you really call on your subconscious to come forward in your dreams to assist you, that shit is radical. Now, we'll say there are some things that you can do to heighten the potential of that ritual that is based on native culture. The natives have a concept that they call a dream pillow. The dream pillow is used in 2 primary ways. If you have a child that is suffering from like night terrors or bad dreams, if you're suffering from bad dreams, if your dreams are not something you look forward to, they're disruptive, they're scary, you can use a dream pillow in conjunction with this ritual. This is what I'm telling you, in conjunction with this ritual. You can use the dream pillow to help sedate terrible dreams, but also, people who are more spiritual workers in traditional culture will use dream pillows to induce prophetic dreams. So dream pillow is you take the tea bag, the cloth tea bags, the reusable tea bags. You can take raw mugwort, if you can find it, depending upon where you are. Like here in California, you can literally just pick it up off the side of the road. But raw mugwort or wormwood, mugwort is preferable. Take fresh mugwort or dried mugwort, whatever, but fresh, dried yourself, or fresh mugwort. I use fresh mugwort. Put it in a tea bag and close it up and put it under your pillow. Okay? Put that mugwort under your pillow. And the way indigenous healers, shaman, for lack of a better word, use it is to induce prophetic dreams. So it can be used based on intention. It can be used to sedate or rid one of bad dreams, night terrors, sleep disturbances. But when used by shaman, when used by spiritual workers, it is used to induce prophetic dreams. So that's why I say using it in conjunction with dream rituals, dream recollection rituals, or dream inducing rituals, it is a great addition to what you're already going to be doing with the deity work. Okay. Let's see. How can one find out how many times the name of one's deity needs to be recanted in the days one needs to repeat the ritual? So again, that's pretty easy because we have the wonderful tool called Google and everything's on it. So for example, in Ifa tradition, all you have to do is Google any deity from any culture. It does not matter. If you Google attributes of, say, Hecate, you want to research Hecate, attributes of Hecate, it'll tell you everything: her number, her different names, her personifications. It'll tell you how to make an offering to her. At most sites will come up and it'll just give you bullet points of the deity's major attributes, right? So just Google attributes of whomever. It'll give you their number. If there's jewelry, like with Orisha, there are aleke, there are jewelry that you need to make that are associated with each Orisha, and though that jewelry will have their color in it, but it'll also have their number in the colors. So like, for example, Yamaya's number is the number 7. So, and her colors are blue and silver, right? And so you'll have on the aleke 7 blue beads, 7 silver beads, 7 blue beads, and so on and so on, right? Oh, cute. See, I just did a big ritual this weekend for Hecate. So yes, okay. So so your cat's birthday is tomorrow and it's Hecate Day. So that's a good invite for you all to make an offering to Hecate at the crossroads tomorrow. So she takes sweets. She likes sweets and candies, and she likes cookies and stuff like that. But what she loves more than anything, what did I tell you guys, is refuge. She likes your food scraps. Take your food scraps from the kitchen, your potato buds, or I got a whole nother offering I can make here. I took stuff to the offering out in the desert, but I have enough stuff tomorrow to make so thank you for that, Samara. I'll put that, put that in the feed. Yeah. I have another whole host of stuff right here I can make an offering to. So make if you don't feel like your energy resonates with Hecate, that's fine. Hecate's energy, a lot of her energy is very, very, very synonymous with Alegba. So if Hecate's energy don't rock with you too much, you don't feel that energy, shift your frame of reference. Alegba, so much of what they have in common, Hecate and Alec, you would be amazed at how, put them side by side, you'd be like, oh my God, this is the same deity. They have so much in common, Alegba and Hecate. So if Hecate ain't doing it for you, make an offering to Alegba, make an offering to Eshu at the crossroads. You know what I'm saying? For the person that who, yes, is a trickster god. And then Hecate, when you see her more often than not, she's with dogs or coyotes. And she's the owner of the key. She is the master. She is the holder of all keys. She can open any doorway. She makes a way where there is no way. Who does that sound like? Eshu, Alegba. You feel me? So anyway, to the person that asked previously, yeah, that's the easiest thing to do, is just to go and Google the deity of your choice. And then 99.9% of the time, you'll find the number associated with them, and just keep it simple. Speak their name, whatever their number is, speak their name that number of times in the water, state your intention and what you need from your dreams. Please, allow my ancient self and my ancient ancestors to come through with the solution, with the dream, right? With the answer. There you go. Put the water down, take one swallow of the water, put it down, drink all the water in the morning, and start to write. Okay. So that is a freebie, but you can feel welcome to make a donation for that freebie at any of the little scrolling things below. Zelle is my email address, releaseheartcenter@gmail.com. PayPal, my Cash App is $DaughterOfTheFates. And Venmo is Cassandra-Floyd. And PayPal is @Iapo Ngina, IYAPO NGINA. And you can email me at releaseheartcenter@gmail.com. Do not forget to email me if you are interested in participating in the Zoom call on Wednesday night. How can one find out? Okay, let's see. I have the same in my garden. Maybe this is a sign. I recently learned mugwort, wormwood are named after, yes, Artemisia vulgaris. Absolutely. Is one of my favorite fucking herbs on earth. Is a matter of fact. Aaron Pfeiffer, one of my absolute favorite, one of the most magical herbs. I love it so much. I love it so much. So, if you want to see how I use mugwort, Artemisia vulgaris, then go onto my IG, which is, you can go either to the Daughter of the Fates, or you can go to my Release Heart Center. Release Heart Center is probably the one you'll see the most pictures and video of how I use Artemisia vulgaris. Anyway, yes, some folks smoke it, some folks make tea. Yes, it's great for so many things. Maybe I'll do a whole lecture one day on the magical, mystical, wonderful multiplicity of uses for the wonderful, wonderful herb Artemisia vulgaris. I love it. Okay, now I'm going to sleep. I love you all. I will see you on tomorrow morning when I do a read for you guys, and then Wednesday evening when I do I do the Zoom call. Okay, let me see. There's one more comment. Let's see. Oh, okay, Java. Okay. Java, don't put this goddamn. How do you want me to give you any book recommendations, girl, when I got all these books? I'm sure you have not listened to all the books that I've read on my YouTube channel. I'm certain of it. I've read, like 7 books on my YouTube channel. I can guarantee you ain't listened to them all yet. However, if you absolutely need a book recommendation, let's see, Aaron Pfeiffer. In my area, wormwood is also known locally as umlonyane, which is a name for a young woman's coming of age ceremony in Zulu culture. Oh, nice. That's beautiful. See, why you up here giving me hell about all these book recommendations and you ain't even read the books I done put you on game with, you feel me? But I will do that. Not tonight, but I will do that. I tell you, I went to this little, it's called the House of Sacred Harmony. It's a little metaphysical shop. It's the only Black-owned metaphysical shop in LA. It's lovely. And they had this guy who had brought a bunch of books in to like donate. And he was like, well, he was like, I'm not asking from a price on them. I'll just say for donation only. Child, I went up in there and robbed that place. I got about 30 books that this dude donated, but they are so good. Oh my God. All of these books are like, they're old books from like the 1930s to like the 1960s, before witchcraft was like commonly popular. They're all like supernatural books from like the 1930s to the 1960s. And I got like 30 books. Easily 30 books. The Shaman's Path. I got so many good books. Old books on the use of crystals, gems, and magic metal. Woo, child, listen to some of these books, baby. The Wiccan Mysteries, Ancient Origins and Teachings. Now, this is like when you see them old movies where they was getting into witchcraft like real heavy, you feel me? All the secrets, all the goods, all the juice before it became real like commercialized and popularized. That's what I walked the fuck up out of here with. I'm so sorry I couldn't think how to spell out and pronunciation. Oh no, it's okay. Yeah. Let's see. I'm just going, because this, I told y'all, my only affliction is that I love books. Like it's a problem at this point. I got about I got about, I'm not lying, y'all. I got about 300 books stacked up in stacks, all on the floor, like stepping over them, where I still need to find a way to manipulate my walls for extra shelving for these extra books that I got. But look at all of fortune telling by crystals. All of these books are so old, y'all. Let's see when this one was published. This one was published in 87. Look, now you can tell this book is old. Oh, let me see what year this book was published. You can just tell this book was old. I was like, look at this shit. This gonna have some good shit in it. Hold on. This book was published in 71. Look. 8 Sabbaths for Witches. Which this book is by the founder of Wicca. Gerard, what's his name? Gerald B. Gardner is the founder of the Wiccan religion. This book is by him. And he, you know, like most men in positions of power, was a problematic motherfucker, but this was published in 54. This is my first time really going through all these books since I bought them, because I got so many books. I still got to figure out what the hell I'm going to put them. Witchcraft and the Sixth Sense. Don't these look good? When you thrift old books, do you treat them before you put them into your shelves? I heard one needs to bake them because of bugs, and that's why I'm afraid to buy old books. I ain't never heard nothing like that. I ain't never heard nothing about no book bugs. But most of the books that I have, I've bought online, like through thrift books. I like thrift books a lot. These I just happen to get at the store. But anything that comes into my house in general, I have like an energetic spray, you know, like a spray that I make. I call it my 7 Witches spray. And everything that I bring into my house, furniture, even if it's new, everything that comes into the house, I spray it energetically before it enters the house. I don't let anything come into the house that's not like sanctified. You feel me? I hope that answers the question. Let's see. I can't. Let's see. This one's old too. Ooh, it's very old. Ooh, the pictures in here is gorgeous. Let's see. This one was published in 65. There's just more and more and more and more and more. I'm just gonna go through some of them real. These books, child. Look at these books. Ooh. Lord, look at these books. The Book of Pagan Rituals. Come on in the room. Yes. This one was published in 74. I'm telling y'all, there's gonna be some goods up in here. You feel me? I ransacked that whole place. I said, I guess I'll leave y'all about 3 books y'all can sell. I got all of these books. Look at this. Persuasions of Witchcraft, Ritual Magic in Contemporary England. This was published in 89. The cover is fabulous. What Witches Do. What Witches Do. Witches and Their Craft. These are gorgeous. The Power of Witchcraft. Yes, baby. Earth, Air, Water, Fire. Mastering Witchcraft. Aren't these gorgeous? Hell yeah, I came up. Hell yeah, I came up, girl. Yes, I did. The Silver Cord. I can't wait to get into this one. The Silver Cord. Techniques of High Magic. Divination by Magic. Opening the Channel, How to Connect with Your Guide. Child, and I ain't even showing y'all half. So it's got to be more than 30 books because this ain't even half of the books that I got from that store. If you are in the California area, the name of the business, which I tell everybody to go to, I'm so excited. This place is called the House of Sacred Harmony. It is the only Black-owned metaphysical shop in LA, and it is gorgeous. Oh my God. When you walk in, the floor, the brother who owns it, owns another one up in San Francisco. So he runs the one in San Francisco, and his partner runs the one here in LA. When you walk, and he did everything, all the interior design, all the artwork, he did it all. He actually wrote a book that I have here too, about, it's called, here it is. This is the book the brother wrote. It's called Code Cracker Presents the Metaphysical Blueprint to Decoding Hollywood's Evil Genius. So this is the book, and the name of the author is T.C. Carrier. But this is the book that he wrote, and this is the guy that owns the metaphysical shop called House of Sacred Harmony. That's his book, which is crazy deep. This is the card. It's called the House of Sacred Harmony. If you guys want to take a screenshot of it, I'll hold it up there for a second. But the interior design for the place, oh my God. The first thing that you notice is that when you walk in, the floor is a brick floor, right? Big bricks, like standard size bricks. But the bricks are all of them over the whole store. The bricks are made of Himalayan rock salt. You're walking on a whole floor of Himalayan rock salt cut like bricks. Oh, the place is gorgeous, like overwhelmingly gorgeous. But anyway, House of Sacred Harmony here in LA, and there's also one in San Francisco if you're in the San Francisco area. Yes, I made out like a bandit with the books. I ain't even showed y'all half the books. Oh, sorry, boo. You scared the devil out of me. Let me just show y'all some more of these books. Let me just show off right now. I'm looking at it on Google now. I can't see everything, but it looks beautiful. I'll try to go this weekend. Absolutely. Let's see. Circle Guide to Pagan Resources. The History of Witchcraft, Sorcerers, Heretics, and Pagans. This is so good. This is so good. Yo. Witches, Midwives, and Nurses. Witchcraft, Oracles, and Magic Among the Azande. That one looks good. Okay, Java Wash. So she said, I'll be revisiting this live for the references. Shamanic Experience, a practical guide to shamanism for the new millennium. In the Shadow of the Shaman, Connecting with Self, Nature, and Spirit. Patterns of Prophecy. Ooh. Edgar Casey's The Story of the Origin and Destiny of Man. Got a copy of the Necronomicon. Clearing Crystal Consciousness. This looks like an OG book. Let's see. Yeah, this was published in '85. Shamanism. The Witch's Kabbalah, Book 1. Ceremonial Magic, a guide to the mechanisms of ritual. That's what I was thinking, Samara, that most of these are probably hard to find. Aaron Pfeiffer says your library is amazing. I could get lost in those books for years. Child, you and me both. You and me both. I'd be in here subdued. I'm like, God, I just have so many wonderful books. I love my library, child. The Book of Runes. I'm really excited to get into this one. You know, I started reading the I Ching maybe 6 years ago. I started getting into the I Ching, started reading the I Ching. I'm not great. I'm decent. Like I can navigate through the I Ching, but I really do love these kind of like binary divination systems. So the I Ching, the Dafa, and runes are what they call like binary divinatory systems. So this is a book of runes. I'm really fascinated. What I would like to do is like a side by side of all of those binary code divination systems and see if there's any like correlation. The psychic surgery, bitches. Now this was one I really am ready to dig right the fuck up into. Psychic surgery. Woo. Woo. So that's it. That's all of those ones that I just got there. That's all the books that I just got at that one place. But when I tell you, I have about 300 books still scattered on the floor in stacks that I have to make a home for, and have yet to do that because I buy books faster than I can even house them, much less read them. But you know, if the apocalypse happens, at least we're gonna have a great standing library. You feel me? I still have all my childhood encyclopedias, you guys. No joke. I was telling my mom I have the first encyclopedia set she ever bought for me. She's like, "Girl, no, you don't." I said, "Yes, yes, I do." I was, let's see, I was in the 8th grade. No, I wasn't even in the 8th grade. I think I was in the 6th grade when my mom bought me my first. It's a 3-book. It's huge though. 3-book encyclopedia set. And even as a kid, I was like, this is amazing. I got all kinds of notes in the book from when I was a little kid. Yeah, I still got 3 big ass encyclopedia sets. Yeah, so at least we gonna need that matrix style brain upload. Trying to tell you, when these motherfuckers shut this goddamn internet down, y'all gonna wish y'all to saved y'all books. Just saying. Anyway, now it's definitely good night. This was fun. Thank you all for hanging out, and happy dreaming, deep dreaming, good dreaming. Dream about the Temple of Evolutionary Emergence. How we gonna set this shit off? How we gonna come up on the dividends to pay everybody and to create the building, to create the temple? You understand? Listen, the idea that I have in my mind for the temple is magnanimous. Now we need somebody to build it. We need somebody to fund it. Okay. Anyway, good night. Dream big, dream great, dream aspirational, dream victorious in our defeat of our enemy. Yes. Y'all take care. I'll see you tomorrow.